Hey there guys, how are you? So welcome to an all-new segment on the FlickPick channel. I don't know what it's going to be called yet. I have a cream soda in my hand. That's not the name of it, but this is delicious. Maybe we can call it Flick It All Movie Talking More. I don't know, just shooting that out there. Anyway, today we're talking about the alternate ending to World War Z, the one you never watched and probably will never see. So before we jump into the alternate ending to this movie, let me give you a quick backstory. On the production of this movie, Brad Pitt, the producer and star of the movie, had a whole bunch of confrontations with the director of the movie, and at one point they weren't talking to each other. So I guess at some point after they filmed the movie, Brad Pitt and some people watched the movie and they're like, this is shit. We have to go back and refilm the whole third act of this movie. Okay, keep in mind, everything I'm about to say about the third act of this movie was based on an early draft of the script. And maybe if we get lucky when that Blu-ray comes out, we'll have an extra 30 minutes of movie that we never seen in the theater, but I highly doubt they want to show us that footage that they already filmed of this third act because it would kind of just spit in the face of what we got in the theatrical version. But this is the one they filmed and originally intended the viewers to see. Here it goes. I'm just gonna take a drink of this real quick. Okay, so in the theatrical version of World War Z, the one that you've seen at the theater, everything up until the point of Israel happens. That was originally intended in the script. Here's where it changes. Here's where the third act was originally intended to go. They're on the plane, but nothing happens. There's no zombie attacks. Brad Pitt doesn't get all crazy and throw a grenade aboard a plane, which is just a bad idea. You know, him and the hot, shaved-headed military chick are still sitting side by side, and instead of going to that research facility where they were heading to, in the original script, they actually are flying to Moscow. Zombie don't kill you, you kill zombie in Russia. And that's exactly what they do. So once they land in Russia, once they get onboarded, the Russians are pretty much paranoid at this point. They're not dealing with bullshit, and I don't blame them. So what they actually do is they execute all the old people and all the sick people. They're not taking chances. And then Brad Pitt's character, Jerry, and everyone else who is healthy are basically enlisted to these zombie killing squad military type things. Yeah, pretty much every able-bodied person is drafted into killing zombies. But you know what? That sounds like a good idea to me if I was the leader of a country. I'm not gonna let you sit around on your ass. You're drafted, you're gonna come kill zombies now. Here's some vodka, let's do this shit. And that's basically how the rest of this movie goes, but don't worry, I'll give you a few more details. So at this point in the movie, Jerry's kind of forced into this military enlistment thing to kill zombies, and then the movie cuts to several months later. We're not quite sure how long it's been, but by this point, Brad Pitt's character has a full beard, and he kind of looks a little bit dead inside. Along the way, there's some emotional moments where he kind of makes a few friends. Also, there's one part where they're kind of guessing which celebrities would have survived the zombie apocalypse. Who would be alive still? Chuck Norris would still be alive. Yeah, zombies don't bite Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris bites zombies. And continuing on with the movie, at this point we're introduced into this zombie killing tool called the Lobo. Basically, it's like a battle axe with a shovel type thing with a shield on it. And Brad Pitt and his squad have the task of clearing out the tunnels underneath the city of Moscow. Pretty much the worst job you could have. Yeah, go down in that dark, shitty hole that smells like pig vomit and kill the zombies. You won't see them coming. Just, can you go down there and do it? Like, that's gotta be the worst job in this resistance fighting force. Either way, you have some scenes of them doing that. At one point, Brad Pitt's character is forced to kill one of his friends in the squad because he's bitten. Now, at this point in the movie, there's some arguments between Jerry and this general of the zombie killing squad. Brad Pitt's like, hey, let me teach these troops how to fight the zombies. And then later on in the movie, he comes to realize that in Israel, when he's seen the zombies crawling over the wall, all twitchy and fast like and running, well, he notices how fast they were in that warm weather, but in Russia, they have terrible cold winters. I'm acting like I've been there, I've never been there, I've just seen a lot of movies. It looks cold, I see people drinking vodka. Looks like a cool place to party, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, in the movie, Brad Pitt's character sees these zombies in this cold weather, and then he comes to the conclusion, the way to defeat the zombies is to fight them in cold weather. Just let the cold take over, and they'll have the upper hand. So then this big battle ensues, and basically the humans kind of win the battle against the zombies because they had the upper hand with the cold. Anyway, in the theatrical movie, they go to Nova Scotia to some refugee camp. In this movie, they actually go to the Everglades, a very warm place compared to a very cold place. Now, to sum things up and wrap this up, his wife in this refugee camp is kind of forced to do sex acts with Matthew Fox's character. Yeah, his character had a bigger role in the alternate version of this movie. He's kind of like an asshole, I guess you could say. Yeah, basically this chick's giving up her body for the survival of her kids so they have enough food and stuff like that. So the very end of the movie, you have Jerry. He gets on a boat to go back to America to find his wife after, you know, a few of his friends are like, no, they're gone, just stay here, start a new life. He doesn't accept that. He gets on the boat, and the movie ends with him. It wasn't quite clear if it ends with him on the boat or getting to the coast of Oregon. So I wasn't quite sure on that. And basically, it's left wide open to see if he reunites with his family, what happens. And that's the alternate ending to World War Z. And as awesome as it would have been to see those big epic battles in Moscow taking place, I sort of prefer the version that we got in the theater. You know, I think it leaves more room for a sequel. It leaves more questions a little bit unanswered and leaves more that they can possibly do in the future. And I've heard it's pretty much guaranteed that they're going to greenlight a sequel to this movie. And I enjoy zombie apocalyptic movies, so I don't mind seeing this story continued. So here's my question to you. Do you like that original ending to the movie where they go to Moscow, they have these big zombie battles, and then his wife's basically turning tricks to survive in the Everglades? Or do you like the one that they went back and reshot where it takes place in that research facility and it kind of leaves it a little bit more open? Let me know which one you like more down below, and let me know why. So my name's John, this is the FlickPick channel, and if you guys want to see more videos like this where we talk about more random movie stuff, give me a thumbs up, let me know, and I'll make it happen. I'm going to finish off this cream soda, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.